The original lover says hi. How are you? We're going on so this is what's ended up happening. I'm live streaming from 3 places right now. We got 2 of them up right now, and I'm working on the second one. I got 2 of them up right now, and I'm working on the third one. Jesus. It's going to be a little weird until I get all this stuff set up, but like, how's it going, everyone? Looks like there's just one person in the room. Lyra has joined, my favorite person in the world. Okay, so let's do this. We are going to see what someone has joined. CQJ Rec has joined. How's it going? We are live streaming, and I'm about to live stream also on my YouTube channel as well. I'm good. Just doing some live streaming. This is going to be kind of interesting because I have never done multi-streaming before. The Instagram one was really easy to set up. Let's go. Okay, built-in webcam. Allow. We'll say live stream 003. Double I has official has joined. How's it going? We are doing some live streaming. I'm also going to set up a live stream. I have this laptop right here with YouTube, my YouTube channel open. I'm about to stream on YouTube just to see how that works. Next, smile for a thumbnail. Ooh, that is a bad thumbnail. Let's try that again. Retake the thumbnail. Sorry for a question, but will you create a music? If you're asking if I'm going to make music right now, I will show some music I'm working on. Okay, so I'm not there yet with my technology, but I'm working on a point where I will be able to live stream from the studio where you can hear my DAW production. I'm just not quite there yet. This is the 3rd time I've done this. So give me a few more live streams and I'll be able to live stream my music. I'm just not quite there yet. I'm working on it. Oh my goodness, retake thumbnail. Okay, let's try this out. Let's see what happens. All right, let's place this right over here. And we are live. So thank you guys for joining. There's only 3 of you in here. We are doing a multi-live stream. I'm live streaming on my YouTube channel, and I'm live streaming on my Instagram, but I'm also live streaming on my old YouTube channel. So some of you may know, but I had an old YouTube channel where I talked about magic, like ceremonial magic, like witchcraft, Wiccan, but I mostly focused on the darker stuff because that's what I was really into, the left-hand path. Not anymore though, but that's what I was into. And so I haven't done much on that channel, but because I'm like live streaming on multiple channels right now, like they are probably wondering like, whoa, he's back. So yeah, I'm live streaming on 4 different places. Check this out. Let me see if I can flip this camera around. We got me on my old YouTube occult channel streaming, and then we got me over here on the laptop on my YouTube channel. So we kind of got a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure there may be a way using like technology and coding to streamline this process, but this is what I'm doing. I'm just leveraging the multiple devices I have. Do you ever do anything on Reddit? No, I don't do anything on Reddit, like AMRs. Wait, AMRs? Ask me anything. AMAs? I have not done anything on Reddit. Hello, everyone over here. There's no one on my YouTube channel, but on my Social Kid YouTube channel over here yet, but it'll be recorded, and maybe people will find some value of that. One person has joined my Dustoff channel. Just going to say hello to them. Hi. How's it going? Man, just already doing this. I only have like 4 people in here, but I have a big appreciation for like the top streamers that do this for a living. Oh, it's Liz, the artist. How's it going? So to the people watching on my Dustoff channel, formerly known as Angel Maleficus, how's it going? I'm streaming on 3 devices. I'm streaming on my YouTube channel, I'm streaming on my music YouTube channel, and I'm also streaming on my Instagram. And this is going to be mostly an Instagram-focused, music-related conversation, but I thought I would just try this new approach to the technology. The original lover says, are you having and planning to create your own sample pack? So what I believe you're asking is, am I making my own sample pack? Yes. So let me tell you what I have planned sample pack wise. I'm currently working on 2 sample packs. Well, these are the ideas. 2 sample packs, one that's mainly drum focused and one that's melody focused. And then I'm also working on a serum set. So like you can download like about 100 patches for serum. The sample packs I'm focused on right now is a drum sample pack, and it's specifically going to be mid-tempo drums ranging from 80 BPM to 110, build-ups, fills, loops, kick one-shots, snare one-shots, clap one-shots. I don't plan on doing any hi-hat sounds. I feel like those are so easy to find good hi-hats, but what I will be doing is making like hi-hat loops. So I'm going to be doing that and putting that out probably relatively affordable, like $29, something like that. And then I'm going to do a serum sample pack or serum set, and that's going to be for like basically drops. Hello, I'm following you since 4 months. I love Luminari. Are you planning on doing something similar? Damn, dude. I'm glad you like Luminari. So something with more of a hardcore, hard style drop. I definitely am. I have something in the works. Maybe I can actually show it. Let's see if we can go into my, oh my God, the technology over here. Let's move you over here. This is terrible lighting. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to end this one just because, is there anyone in here? No, let's not end it yet. Let's not end that one yet. Let's give people a chance. Pagan Libertarian says, are the samples free? I am going to sell them for profit, just being straight up, because I want to make a living doing music. I do have, I will make some free sample packs though for people that want free samples. But this one specifically I'm talking about is going to be for profit. Okay, so let's see if I can find that hardcore sounding track for Onyx 69.6. Let's turn on the sound. So here we go. I'm going to flip it around so you can see what's going on. Also, if you are a member of my Patreon, you get access to the Ultimate Fan Pack, which is a bunch of whips and unfinished tracks. So we kind of got just a taste of hardcore. That track is not really a hardcore focused one, but I still really like doing that sound. And You guys on the Angel YouTube heard it too. Sweet. Yeah, I'm focusing on currently I'm focusing on like build how shall I say this? Like leveling up my electro sound design. And I'm probably going to go back to hardcore a little bit later. But the thing is, with hardcore, I don't really know how to make those kicks. A lot of those kicks I use are actually samples from Splice. I really want to like learn how to make those kicks and get really good at them so I could make kicks that are like more optimized for mid tempo, because I really have to like mess with those kicks to make them work. They're like meant for 150, and to make them work at like 100 BPM, you kind of have to do some work. So if I can figure out how to make them myself, I could really optimize for like the mid tempo hardcore sound, and maybe I'll put out a sample pack that does that. Thank you, 69 Onyx 696. I appreciate all the attention that I get. The reason why I'm not like as big as some other artists is because I'm doing a lot of other things, and my main focus in life is being a father and a husband. And I don't have a manager, so like everything I'm doing on my own. So it like takes a while to do releases. Like what it takes to like really blow up around here is you gotta like be posting consistently and like having like everything on fleek. And I'm working on it. That's like why I'm doing these live streams weekly. This is my third week of consistently doing them. And so like the goal is to stay consistent, keep going, cater to all my fans. I have this old YouTube channel that has 1,000 subscribers, totally different content. I would talk about like the occult and mythology and stuff like that. But I'm bringing them on board too, because they liked what I talked about enough to bless me with 1,000 subscribers. Maybe they'll like my music. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm glad you're on board. I have a Patreon that you can follow. And if you are a member of my Patreon, you get access to like all my whips and in development tracks and my Discord server. Now, I know a lot of people like don't put their Discord server behind Patreon paywalls. That's something I'm experimenting with. And if it doesn't work out, I'll change it. But we are only 1 month into my Patreon, so we're giving it a shot. Actually, let me just flip things over. Anyone over here? Yeah, my Social Kid YouTube channel is pretty barren right now. So I think I'm just going to end this stream. We're going to end the stream. End. And just focus on the Instagram and my old YouTube channel. So let me show you my Patreon, just so you guys can get a little glimpse of what I've been doing. So Patreon, there's me. There's my nice looking picture. So for $3 a month, you get access to my Discord and exclusive music. I may actually make this Discord just free and just have it be exclusive music. I really like each reward having 2 things. So if I can think of something else to offer as like a premium reward, I'll make my Discord free. But for now, I haven't thought of what I could do that would be like worth your while. For like $10 a month, this is like, you get MIDI files and sample packs. $20 is exclusive production videos. And then my top tier is like I'll do mentoring for other producers. The $3 a month one is aimed mostly at fans that aren't interested in producing, but they want some more Social Kid content. So that's why you're going to get like exclusive tracks like the one I just played. So that is a little bit about the Discord server. And what else should I talk about? Oh yes, regarding like that track Luminari, I really like having hardcore kicks in tracks, but I'm just wondering, like, I don't know of anyone else doing that. And I feel like that there's so much potential in that genre that it could become its own genre, like hard tempo. Oh, man, I talked about this in an earlier live stream. The name mid tempo is such not really a good genre name that it's kind of hard to like brand and expand it. But oh well, like I listened to this Russian podcast where they just called it tempo. Maybe that's just how it's going to be, like hard tempo or something like that. We'll see. Occult Circus says live streaming on as many platforms is a good idea. Get as much exposure as possible and let the Angel fans know you're back. Yeah, the Angel fans know I'm back. They still call me Angel, which is pretty cool, even though I renamed the channel Dustoff because I'm trying to do so many things right here, guys, and you're learning with me. So eventually, once I have all this stuff figured out, and at the same time, I'm in the process of moving. My studio setup is pretty bootsy, to be quite frank, but whatever. Oh well, it's bootsy. You got to start somewhere. At the very least, my music is on point. My Spotify is going off. I have over 40,000 monthly listeners, which is really impressive to me, and I'm blessed to have that. Let's see here. On the Dustoff channel, like, if you believe in luck, it's a luck factor. Yeah, there's a lot of luck involved. I don't know if I really believe in luck, but I mean, luck is like being intelligent with your opportunities, I feel like. Pagan Libertarian says, I quit Discord and rejoined. If it's free, I'm back in. I will talk to you about that. And yeah, you should, I think I should make my Discord free, honestly. I just want to think of another Patreon tier to give to my other $3 tier rewards. I'll think of something. I'll think of something cool so I can make my Discord free. If you really like want to join my Discord and you can't afford $3 a month, just send me a message and I'll send you the invite. Occult Circus asks, ever listen to Sewer Slut or Machine Girl or Death Grips? No, I have not. That sounds like industrial goth music. So I'd probably be into it. The thing about industrial music and goth music and like cyberpunk music, Pagan Libertarian, do you have Instagram? You can just message me on Instagram or Twitter. My Instagram is Social Kid Music, and my Twitter is Social Kid Music. So the thing about, how's it going, Penny? The thing about industrial and rock music, like I actually didn't realize that was the kind of music I'm making for the longest time because I was just doing electronic, like basically electro house at 100 BPM. And I didn't really know about the industrial world. I kind of did. Like I knew about Rammstein and like KMFDM and like the Kidney Thieves. But like that's it. Like some really low tier, maybe not low tier, but just like pop tier for someone that's like not really into industrial and stuff like that. So I knew about it. I knew it was like a rock electronic genre. But like I feel like there is this bridge that needs to be crossed between like like EDM bass producers that are doing mid tempo and like the industrial scene. It's not dissimilar to how the EDM trap producers kind of bridge the gap between hip hop. That like started in 2013. That was a magical moment, and now you have hell EDM producers making trap EDM, and then trap producers making like EDM influenced trap. If we can get some sort of wave where like the EDM producers like move into the industrial scene and like get the goth kids like into mid tempo, I feel like that's how like mid tempo is gonna like flourish. But what we need to like draw in like the goths and the cyberpunks and that whole scene, would be like more song-based stuff, like vocals and lyrics and like more melodies. Occult Circus says Death Grips is like industrial hip hop. Now that sounds sick. 696 Onyx 696 says, well, I have to go now. It's 11:30 at night here. By the way, you are right. It really is a genre that could do success. Keep going. I'm sure you will do great things, and I'm surely keeping follow you. Have a nice day. Thank you for stopping by, man. So yeah, I feel like for this genre to grow, I guess we're just going to call it mid-tempo, but maybe in the future it'll sort of morph into being called cyberpunk or industrial. I feel like industrial is a good name. It doesn't really have a tempo guideline. It's kind of just dark electronic music, but I feel like that sweet spot between 80 and 110 BPM, that's really where my heart beats. And I kind of, for that reason, like the name mid-tempo, because for the longest time, electronic dance music was like fast-paced music. So it was so cutting edge for me to like hear slower music. And they've been doing that in industrial, like rock industrial, for a while. The goth kids have been kind of on this hype for a minute. Let's see what the angel people are saying. I feel like you would love Art Pop by Lady Gaga. I'll check that out. Not a big fan of Lady Gaga, but I'll see what that's about. Pagan Libertarian says, I'm an industrial head. Old school industrial is better. And then Ada says, I'm more of an EDM person, I feel. What about rave music? There is future pop and EBM, an offshoot of industrial and dark wave. EBM, interesting. There's like this, okay, so like it seems like there's like these two like ecospheres of like fans that potentially will like the same music, but like the bridge to get there is electric body music. Interesting. The bridge to get there is like muddied. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pave the way to like, yo, there's some, okay, let me just be honest, and maybe I don't know any better. Like, I feel like the kind of industrial music that like industrial and goth kids are listening to, like, it's good. It's like the good stuff about that music is it's well written, good songwriting, good music composition, good lyrics, and good things like that. Where it's lacking, that I feel like the EDM sort of scene has on lock, thanks to like dubstep sound design and mixing techniques, is the production value in the EDM industrial is just way better in a lot of ways, and like hits a lot harder. Me and my wife went to a goth club. This was a while ago. Like obviously pre-COVID, because we were out and about. Like I think like 2019, like early 2019. And it was fun, but like the music, I was listening to it, and like the guy, the DJ in there, he was all cyberpunked out. They were like goth cyberpunked. Everyone looked really cool, but like the music was just so, it just sounded like 20 years old. And I'm like thinking like, damn man, if I was DJing here, I would get this place slapping. Or if someone like Swarm DJ'd there, or Zabo, or any of these like mid-tempo industrial guys, they'd have that place fucking booty bumping hard. But I don't think any of those goths like really know about like the budding mid-tempo industrial dark electronic electro music that's like popping in EDM. A lot, like probably what they really know about is more like dubstep and whatnot. But then like there's us like more on the EDM side. Like I've never heard of EBM or dark wave. Like that sounds sick. I feel like these scenes need to combine. That's what happened with trap music in 2013 with the hip hop people, and then like, you know, EDM festival trap. That was so magical. Like I want that to happen for this scene. Basically, like what happened is when trap got in the hands of EDM producers, they added build-ups, they added advanced mixing techniques and drops, and it just made trap was already really dancey. Like people were dancing to it in hip hop clubs before there were drops. How's it going? There were like hip hop clubs where you would just play like trap music and you were dancing to it, and there was just lyrics and vocals, and the track would end and you hear a new track, no breakdowns or drops. But then when you added the drops to it and the buildups, trap became a whole other animal. And like there still is like hip hop trap and EDM trap, but that bridge, like it made trap music better. The production value on modern trap is like massive because they took influence from EDM and like learned their techniques. And just straight up, like EDM producers are like the best producers, not trying to throw shade, but for the longest time, like they didn't have vocals and like lyrics to really lean on. So to make their tracks sound banging, they had to get really good at the actual music. But when you like have great production and great music, like songs, vocals, and lyrics, that's the fucking future. And right now in industrial music, like the rock industrial, I'm not like an aficionado of that style, though I'm like learning about it because I need to for like this bridge to be built. The production is good, but like the EDM producers are just shitting on them in terms of production. They got us on like songwriting and like vocal clarity and stuff like that because that's what they do. That's their thing. So like I'm saying, like if we can get the EDM kids, like the EDM, like the people that are in the like dark house, like Swarm fans and like those type of people to like bridge that gap, it'll be amazing. And I feel like the way to start, I mean, this COVID bullshit is really making things kind of hard, but it's going to start with like doing goth nights and like booking these artists that these industrial fans have probably never heard of. Like, I don't know if they've ever heard of Swarm or if they've heard of Social Kid, or like who else is good? Like At Last. I'm like blanking on names. Zabo. They probably haven't heard of that, but if they did, they'd be like, what is this? It would wake them up and they'd be like, damn, this is sick. I got to check this out. Let me see what the Instagram is saying. Sorry for bad English. What type of music you listening to now, and who is from the artist you would make a collab? I believe I know what you're trying to say. I'm listening to like a lot of in my free time, the likes on my SoundCloud. There isn't like one particular artist I'm into, but I really like. I dig Swarm. I dig Zabo. I dig some of the earlier tracks by Lick. That's a really good question. What I want to do is like go through my Spotify playlist. Actually, I have it open right here. Let me just go. I have a mid-tempo playlist. So, Hyper, that's another really good one. Tokyo Rose, Hot Collar, Nexi, 13, and No Etiquette, although I don't think No Etiquette's producing anymore. I haven't heard from them in a while. Death Pact, Tenebrax. Tenebrax is a really good one. Oh my goodness, One True God. One True God is great. I highly recommend One True God. And I'm constantly like learning about new producers. You should take a look at my playlist. It's called Mid-Tempo Bass. Just search for it on Spotify. And it has some kanji characters, and in parentheses it says industrial cyberpunk. So that's what I'm working on. Who would I want to collab with? I'd love to collab with 13. That would be a pretty dream collab for me. Any other collabs I would like, let's see here. Probably collab with Hyper. That'd be really cool. I've already collabed with Tokyo Rose and Swarm and Zappo, but I'd be totally down to collab with them again. Brooms is another good artist I'd want to collab with. One True God, who was actually in the stream a few streams ago. I'd love to collab with him. That guy is a great producer. What are other people saying in the Instagram chat? We're good here. Let's take a look back at the YouTube chat. Damn, my YouTube is popping way more than my Instagram. I should do this more often. So to you YouTube guys, you haven't seen me in a while. I've been doing some like game design update posts, but it's cool to be streaming again. I'm gonna try this again because this is pretty cool. My Social Kid YouTube, I stopped the stream. I need to like build that channel up with more content. I have a video I just recorded. I'm gonna edit later and then upload it next week. There's just a lot of stuff to do these days. Working on packing, working on just keeping like the family strong and alive. But let's take a look at what you guys are saying. Ooh, battery's low. No, we're good. Oof, 20 years old. I feel like a grandpa. It's okay. I mean, a grandma. I say that because like, it's not that it's like actually like 20 years old. It's just like the production value. There's like a difference in like, if you listen to like music produced by musicians versus music produced by producers. I don't know how to sound this without coming off like a douche. So I may just come off like a douche, but like EDM producers are just better producers. Like they just are. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're like better like artists. Like the true masters are good at doing like writing songs, doing music, and producing. Having that like complete package is hard. And I myself struggle with songwriting. That's not my strong suit. It's my weakness. I'm a pretty good producer, and sometimes my hooks are fire, but a lot of times they're not. And that's something I'm still working on. I feel like the future of mainstream music would be very experimental and industrial pop. By the way, pagan future pop is so good. Pagan future pop, that sounds interesting. I would listen to that. Music genres are always mixing those, so what if music just becomes experimental distortion? Kind of happening already. I don't really listen to pop music. I hear there's like this new type of pop music called hyper pop. Don't really know what that is. I feel like that's just what the kind of pop that Zoomers are listening to. But I kind of stay away from that shit, honestly, because to me it's like candy or it's like fast food. And I have fast food sometimes. Me and my wife went to McDonald's like a week ago, and we're self-aware that this is not good for you. But it like when you're hungry and you're in the car going somewhere and you want food right now because your stomach tells you you're hungry, you get it and it tastes good and you love it. To me, that's kind of what pop is. It's not good for you. It's fast food. It's candy. It rots your brain. I try to stay away from it, honestly. I feel like, I mean, the best music to listen to like really up your IQ is probably classical music, because that shit is high caliber. And I do my music compared to classical music is probably like pop, probably not very good for you. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to like do the best I can without succumbing to those dark Illuminati tricks that they put in the pop music. I just clicked on the first video, Angel, to be honest. I'm subscribed to both. And Ada says, yes, I love hyperpop. Mr. Laugh, my goodness, Mr. Laugh, long time no see. Have you ever tried writing concept music, like telling a story over multiple songs? I've been really into Coheed and Cambria lately. Funny you say that. So I'm working on a new song or track, whatever you wanna call it, and I have some spoken words in it. I'll just read them to you. The story has kind of like a occult mythological concept. It's the demiurge talking to Sophia, and I'm working on recording the vocals so they sound really good. It's kind of cheesy right now, but it's I think it's pretty cool. And so it is kind of like concept telling a story. I'll just read you what the lyrics are right now. So the demiurge says this, and this would be like in the intro: look upon me and despair, for I am God, and there shall be no others before me. Be obedient to my will, human, and I will grant you reprieve. Disobey me, and I shall punish you with fire and eternal damnation. And then from that, it will like build up into the build up and then go into the drop, which is some heavy electro, mid-tempo dance music. And then towards the breakdown, a female voice will come in and say, and this is Sophia, and she says, "You are mistaken, blind one. There is an immortal child of light who came to this realm before you, who will appear among your duplicate forms in your simulated world. And in the consummation of all your works, its entire deficiency of truth will be revealed and dissolved by this luminous child." So, and it's going to be spoken word rather than singing. So that's kind of like concept music, like telling a story. Some of my older tracks have spoken vocals because I feel like for dance music, that works really well. Like if you're on the dance floor, especially in like these goth clubs, it's such a vibe to hear a voice like speaking to you during the breakdowns. You can like really get into like the vibe of the club, especially if it's decorated well and has like the right fog and mist machines and lasers and whatnot. And then like when it comes back into the drop, no vocals on the drop unless they're done really, really well, which I sometimes can do and sometimes I don't. So I just do what I'm good at, and like I'm good at making really solid drops. And when that comes in, you just want to dance and like have fun. Let's see what Instagram is saying. I think hyperpop is supposed to be anti what mainstream pop is. Interesting. Cohen Music says, "Yo, IMO, your music writing and production is insane and easily represents my pure quality reference." Bless you. Thank you. That's a really nice thing to say, honestly. I've been doing this. I've been working on music for over 20 years. I'm 36 now, and I started when I was like 15, like 15 to 16 is when I started. I had no idea about it when I was 15, and the DAWs back then were trash compared to what they are now. Fuck, if I was 15 in 2021 and making music for the first time, it would be so much easier. I mean, not easier, but like easier, because I could just go on YouTube and be like, how to make a drop, and it would just tell me. And because I'm 15 and it's 2021, I'd be really good at YouTube. Let's see what they're saying on my YouTube right now. Haha, no, dude, they were just saying my username. There's no pagan future pop unless you count Witch House. Oh, yeah, Witch House, kind of pagany. Ada says I mostly just listen to pop and R&B. I'm not sure who you are, pagan. Maybe Lisa. Hello, regardless. Yeah, it's Lisa. You're right about pop having lots of occult symbolism referring to Illuminati. And then Mr. Laugh is saying, probably talking about my vocals, it's not too cheesy, but could be less cheesy. Ada says, my mom is an opera singer, so I'd want to make an album someday. Ooh, opera? That is opera singers are some of the best singers in the world. That technique to sustain so long, you totally should make an album. Yeah, my lyrics are kind of cheesy. I almost wonder if I should like play those up, either play those up or just get better at writing. But I want to release this track soon. So what I try to do is like not spend too much time on something and just get it out there. So you could use that as a learning experience. And then your next project can just be a little bit better, maybe a little less little less cheesy. And then that's kind of like the learning process. And I've been doing this for 20 years. So hopefully by now, like things are starting to sound good. Anyway, I like these ideas of storytelling with music and EDM. Me too. I love stories, and I feel like songs are stories. But like what makes like the biggest pop songs, like those songs so successful is they're written in a way that's very easy digestible. Me doing some like discussion between the demiurge and the wisdom goddess Sophia from like Gnostic mythology is pretty esoteric and heady, and definitely not going to be like a pop thing. I'm sure there's a way to distill it into like a more normal human drama, which is, I mean, I'd have to like meditate on that. It's probably has something to do with like love and romance, which is like a very popular pop subject, like love and loss and like breakups and stuff like that. because that story is so well known. People know about that. Like everyone, like, I mean, I assume like everyone has like experienced heartbreak and stuff like that, which is why those songs do so well. Yeah, build the fan base first, maybe, and then master the concepts as you go. I have like on Spotify, I have a huge fan base. I mean, I have 40,000 monthly listeners, but those people are probably just they're playing their music on their Spotify playlist, because a lot of my tracks are in Spotify playlists, because I was one of the very first mid-tempo artists in this industrial electro sound to really do it at a high caliber. So that has blessed me with getting a lot of attention early on and put into a lot of playlists. But those people probably don't know about me otherwise. And like when they watch content, they're probably watching something else. So that's the whole point of me doing these live streams every Thursday. And I think I'm going to include my old YouTube channel on it as well, because why not? I don't know what they've been doing, but like I still have 1,000 subscribers on that YouTube channel. So that's cool. You guys are on board. Let's see what they're saying on Instagram. Yes, discussions are cool, but bringing about these topics in the arts is 100. Excellent. Let's see what they're saying on YouTube. That is probably wise. An album, that Mr. Laugh says that. An album having a concept, making it better. Are you going to be streaming more frequently again, or is this a one-off? Mr. Laugh, I am going to be streaming more frequently. I thought that this would be a good way to bring in my old YouTube channel. And maybe I'll talk about the occult here and there a little bit. But my focus right now is I really want to talk about music. And the people that are the people in the music scene that are probably most interested in the occult are probably goths and people that listen to industrial music. And that scene is the scene, like I said earlier, is the scene that I want to build a bridge for in EDM, because we have this killer mid-tempo scene. And the name mid-tempo is, I could talk hours about that name because it's a very bad genre name. It should just be called industrial, but we're not quite there yet. Like, we're calling it mid-tempo because of the history of dance music being fast and mid-tempo being such a thing. And when you put like electro house at 100 BPM and add like dark vibes, it sounds like industrial. It is industrial essentially. I'm going to check out what EBM is. I feel like that might be like the EDM equivalent of what we discovered. There's like these two ecosystems that need to be bridged, and like I'm going to try to do it. And I feel like it's going to take a lot of work, but like once it's done, then this platform, it'll be so easy to like converge everything that I'm trying to do. But yes, this crossover, yes, I can see that crossover. That's the crossover. So my old YouTube channel, Colorless Green, Adia, I would just talk about the occult and like the supernatural, paranormal stuff. And I kind of stopped doing that because I have become Christian. That's not why I stopped doing that. Like, I'm more focused on, and I'm not okay, so Christian is a very loaded term. Well, the kind of like Christian I am probably doesn't even exist. I've never even seen it. I mean, I've seen like a few that are like white witches and stuff like that. But like I have like my faith and whatnot, and I don't practice black magic anymore. That is a whole other like can of worms that we can open up. But that's what my old YouTube channel was. And I kind of like am trying to restructure it into game design because I have this idea for like an occult-based video game. Lots of crazy ideas. And so the whole idea of these live streams, I'm trying to bridge everything together. The kind of people that are going to be interested in occult and mythology and like Gnostic texts are probably going to be the people that listen to industrial and goth music. Ada says, you're a Gnostic Christian right now? I mean, if we're going to use labels, like that is the closest thing. I believe in God. I believe in there's like but like when I say God, I'm referring to what I used to call in my left-hand path days, the source. It's all the same thing. And I like the idea of Christian because the word Christos, creation, it has a very powerful effect and it's very hermetic. Like I believe in like a binary, like there's like the masculine and the feminine and like the creation aspect and like the feminine creative aspect. And I like that word creation, crystal. You can call me a crystallian. I don't believe religion is a good idea because it keeps you locked in. I just know what's in my heart. And I feel like Gnostic Christianity like kind of flows with what I'm into, spirituality, the most accurately. Though the mythology, that type of Christian mythology to me like just resonates the most. And that's kind of just how I'm rolling. And it works really well. And I know the dark agenda that the elites are doing. I know their satanic game and I don't fuck with it. I want to be the good guy. I feel like that is counterculture nowadays. Being the good guy, like being a family man, that's punk rock essentially. And I sit here like wearing this pentagram with a hood, dressed in black, saying I'm a Christian. So I don't really fit a lot of molds. It's pretty interesting. I feel like that makes me an interesting person. But I digressed. I want to bridge all these worlds together so I could just stream, talk about my stuff, and just like build that audience. I feel like no one's doing that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. This like multi-streaming with like two different audiences from two different things is kind of challenging, but like I'm going to keep doing it, and that's how you get better at things. If something's hard in the gamer scene, we just say get good. And so that's what I'm working on, is getting good right now. Let's see what's going on. Mr. Laugh said, are you streaming? Well, oh yeah, I already answered that. Yeah, dude, we miss you. Thank you guys. But yes, I am back. My Dustoff channel, I'm going to use mainly for right now. I'm going to stream every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, coinciding with my Instagram live stream for about an hour. Mostly musically focused topics, as I try to bridge these genre gaps and like create this new industrial EDM scene, because that's like my best skill right now, is making music, and it's what I've been doing for 20 years. So I'm running with it. Someone asks, oh my God, I'm missing some people in the Instagram. An idea for a video could be next time you make a promo video with GIFs and how you add the samples and tracks and what software you use. Yeah, I can do a video on that. Yo, are you all in Reason for DAW? I actually am. I'm still using Reason, although I've got Ableton. Damn, Ableton is such a powerful DAW. I understand why everyone is using Ableton. I got a trial for FL Studio and I played with it a little bit. I think FL Studio looks cooler, and it just like the graphical interface, it looks more fun to produce in. But fuck, Ableton is so easy compared to Reason. I could see myself converting and being an Ableton producer forever, honestly. But I'm so skilled at Reason that like I'm at the point where I can make tracks faster, like in the style I want in Reason. I think I'm just gonna use both for the time being. It might be when I do like live streaming, like on Twitch, that's like my next thing. I'm still like working on this, but once I figured out Twitch, I'm gonna do like live streaming in my DAW, which will be, I'll probably switch from Reason to Ableton. But I feel like Ableton is easier to understand for most producers because they know what Ableton is. I don't think anyone knows Reason, honestly. How's it going, Legion WO? Why are these names? I'm having a hard time with these names. Instagram has like the weirdest names. Yeah, I don't okay, I've never streamed on Twitch, so I don't really know how to do it, but I feel like I can learn fairly easy. Once I moved into my new place, going back to Salt Lake City, I lived there for about a year, years ago. But once I moved there and set up my new studio and have my schedule like dialed in, it's going to be game over. I'm going to get all this stuff set up and it's going to be great. And my son is going to be almost 5, so he's going to start going to school. I'll have more time to spend at the house, like working on content. Let's see what the YouTube people are saying. Power noise kind of sounds like hardcore and EDM. More basic though. Power noise, my goodness, that sounds like a crazy genre. I really got to explore like the more rock style of industrial. I don't know what to call it. I feel like it's more rock influenced and then like EDM influenced. So I just call it like rock industrial. You're a Gnostic Christian now? Oh yeah, answer that. I've become more agnostic than I used to be. I lean towards Christianity, but I'm definitely not that. I'm still working my ideas out. Ada says, I believe in God. I believe God created the world and left, but their energy is left on earth. Interesting. I feel like God would be all genders. That's an interesting conversation. Talking about God is a very tricky thing. I feel like mainstream Christians, like when they talk about God, they do it in such a childish, like psychologically childish way that it like pushes people away from their religion. Like, honestly, I feel like mainstream Christianity, maybe I shouldn't even call myself a Christian, but I really like that word because of like the crystal creation field that it has attached to it. And I just want to take it back. But like, it's almost an atheist factory. Like the way they treat people, it just pushes people to want to be an atheist, honestly. But you know, I still like if I'm gonna have like a spiritual identity, Christian just fits me the most, honestly. Jesus was probably the last time a new archetype was manifest. Now we await its mirror image. And then Ada says, yeah, there is a theistic satanic pedophile ring. Oh yeah, absolutely. There is, all that shit is 100% real. You should check out the Enlightened University on YouTube. He bridges the occult with other world religions. I should check that out. There is a guy in the EDM scene that kind of goes into this stuff. His name is Squinto, and he's like a dubstep producer, kind of like a squishy, like weed smoking style dubstep producer. And he's like, people are trying to cancel him because he's like been branded as like right-wing extremist, which he probably isn't at all. And he'll talk about like the pedophile rings and like the crazy shits that's happening in politics and whatnot. And it's interesting because EDM right now is totally fucking oversaturated with a satanic imagery and like satanic vibes and basically like anti-Christian energy. And that's something I'm also going to try to do, to sort of like weave my light into there and heal people through music. And I don't have a problem with people that are like Satanists. Like one of my favorite producers right now, One True God, like I think it even says on his Spotify bio that he is like a Satanist and like doesn't believe in God and like just does things for pleasure. That's fine. That's what he wants to do. I want to lead by example. Like in like the Bible, Jesus would talk to like the sinners, essentially. So walking the narrow path of Christ, doing my thing. Not always easy, but like I feel like that is what my soul wants to do, and I'm following my soul. Because if you follow your soul, you are right. And filtering that through humanity, that's the tricky part. Let's see what they're saying on Instagram. Yeah, totally. I use Reason and Ableton also. No one really knows Reason. Damn, a Reason user. Yeah, no one uses Reason. The reason why no one uses Reason, honestly, is because it's really complicated and it like mimics how you used to produce back in the day, honestly, which is like putting in wires and whatnot. It looks really cool, but it's super complicated. It's like programming. I still love it because it's fun, but I'm definitely going to start using Ableton to be more accessible to newer producers, because I really love teaching. And I have some mentees, people I mentor, that are in Ableton, and it just makes it way easier when I like show them things in Ableton. Let's see here. Occult Circus says Dennis Eggleston talks about God and goddess. The Romans got rid of the goddess feminine. Yeah, the Romans, especially Constantine, they did a lot of things to religion and kind of muddy the water. And in my opinion, all of this like stems from like the OG Satanists that don't even call themselves Satanists. They probably, I don't even think they have a name, but the people that have been controlling this world for like thousands and tens of thousands of years have like put their little influence in these religions to control people. And I feel like it all goes back to like the myth of Sophia, whether it literally happened how the Gnostics said, but I feel like there is an energy that is controlling these people. And based on some revelation I had from talking to my wife, it's very similar, if not exactly the same, to like the shadows of humanity based on like Jungian psychology. But that like, we're running out. We only have 3 minutes left, and that's like a whole other can of worms that maybe I'll talk about on some other live stream. Whoa. Everyone is a Satanist now. Ain't even a surprise at all. Yeah, everyone's a Satanist now. Not gonna get demonetized and say that, Occult Circus. But yes, there is definitely some truth to that. And I feel like you have to be really careful on how you talk about that, because it's just not really, I don't even want to touch that now. Like, unless like we're like in a pub drinking a beer, that's the only way I'm going to talk about that. So, and if you could like, just for the sake of everyone else, just don't mention that ever again in the, like in the chat. Like we could talk about that like over a beer. Anyway, yeah, not trying to get canceled, obviously. So let's go back to the YouTube. Let's see here. You should check out, okay, I did that. Christianity was originally an insult. The earliest Christians just called themselves disciples of Jesus. Interesting, I did not know that. I find it very strange that there are elite Satanists that hurt children, but most Satanists are not like that. How do you view that? So, okay, so a lot of like, there's high level Satanists that like kind of evolve and become like Luciferians and high level Luciferians. The very low level Satanists are usually like edgelords that like the idea of rebellion against Christianity, which mainstream Christianity is actually a facet of Satanism. This can get really complicated really fast, and I'm gonna close the stream pretty soon. But basically, mainstream religion is infested by Satanists. The Catholic Church basically is Satanism, but for people that aren't like psychopathic enough to go down the route of like openly abusing children. They kind of do it in the dark. So like your friend goth girl that is like a Satanist and just sees it as a way of like, oh, I'm living free and just like having fun in life. That's like the first step into converting them into like a darker mindset, into nihilism. It kind of, that sort of mindset makes them easy to control. They're probably more on like the left political spectrum, and it filters them. It possibly can filter them into the political system, which is controlled by the elite Satanists. And the people at top, they don't care if you go all the way to their level because they want to be the elite. And a lot of these people that are just low-level Satanists, they're good people. They are just disgusted by like mainstream religion and think that they're being rebellious when they're really just being controlled by people much smarter than them. So that's kind of how I view it. Just tuned in. Did you become a Christian after all your cult practices? I did. But the thing is I still like do occult things. Like here's a sigil I have being charged up. I got crystals. The occult is essentially science, and Christians that ignore the occult are fucked essentially. And that's like 99% of them. Because their Bible says, there's like a verse in there that says like, don't do this stuff. And a lot of these, the Bible taken literally and not read as a grimoire or a tool to like enhance your spirituality it's foolish. The thing is, a lot of these mainstream Christians, they're children. They're like believing in Santa Claus and whatnot and not understanding that like God being a person is just a child way of looking at it when it's more like a consciousness field. That is more in line what it is, but it's even more complicated than that. And because like reality is incredibly complicated, and our brains can only process a certain amount of information, you're going to lose a lot of this stuff in translation. So the occult, it's science. It's just science that isn't known by people yet. The fact that like Christians ignore it, it's to their detriment, honestly. Someone says, I found out because of Mark Passio. I found out because of Mark Passio, because of you. Whoa. Ooh. I think we're going to have to plug in my phone. It's about to die. Stand by, guys. I'm still here on YouTube, just over here. Okay. So, guys on Instagram, I'm going to have to close the stream because it's been an hour and my phone is about to die and it needs a charge. But Occult Circus, I'm glad you found Mark Passio and everybody else that joined the live stream. I will do this again next week, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific's time. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Love you all. Peace out. And now. Okay, and we're just going to put that right there for now. Going to go back to this YouTube. It's just us now, but I'm going to stop streaming soon. Just going to like answer some of these other questions. What is your opinion on the rise of atheism? Atheism essentially is Satanism light, because the people at top, they don't want you to know about the intelligent consciousness field or God. Because if you know about that and you know that like you can manipulate your own reality and use magic, then they have less power. So they're super into atheism. The rise of atheism, they love that shit. An atheist is just like, it's like the lowest level of Satanism, essentially. And so like as you get higher in the levels of Satanism, it's like a psychopathic filter system. So it's intelligently designed by people with IQs like way above the human spectrum, because I believe it's actually coming from like off-world intelligences that are non-human, that have IQs in like the hundreds, like the multi-hundreds, like 500 and stuff like that. And so they're playing at a level that is like so much higher than what we are doing, that they are able to like outsmart us in ways that we don't even know about. Kind of like how a human can outsmart a dog so easily and efficiently if we really wanted to. But yeah, so let's see what we got here. Yes, mainstream religion is undercover Satanism. Definitely. I totally believe that. The Bible definitely has texts manipulated too. Absolutely. Watch out, you'll scare the normies. Yeah, probably gonna scare some normies, but like my Instagram, I stopped my Instagram session now. It's just you guys here. I'm going to stop soon. But I want to bridge that gap. And I feel like the normies that are that are listening to like goth music or industrial music, they might be interested in this stuff. There's this one producer, her name is 666, and I'm in her Discord, and she has hella satanic imagery and is like into the supernatural and probably a Satanist, doesn't believe in like any of this stuff. But like, I feel like with that type of sort of interest in the paranormal, that's like the stepping stone. Angel, what city are you moving to? Back to Salt Lake City. Anyway, guys, it's cool that like you guys have all come back and joined. I'm going to do this again next Thursday, same time, but I got to go right now because my wife's calling me, and we are making steak for dinner. I'm not a vegetarian yet, working on it. Once I get rid of my steak meat addiction, maybe I'll be a vegetarian. Anyway, guys, peace out. Thank you so much. Tune in next week when I do this, and I'll probably have some normal videos coming up. I don't know when, but I'm going to talk about game design. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll talk more later. Peace out.